Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello. I'm doing my top button, it feels like it's like strangling me a little bit. Today what we're going to be talking about is this baby right here, and she's a little bit plain Jane at the moment. I've seen people doing all sorts of funky stuff and adding charms to the elastic and stuff, so I think I will upgrade her soon. This is my journal, my first ever proper journal, like plain journal. I have like started myself. Obviously I probably would have done when I was a kid, had scrapbooks, all sorts of things like that, but this is my first one in, let's say, adulthood. Not very full, as you can see. I love that it's already getting the indent, but it's not very full. But I wanted to kind of start recording my journey and kind of show you guys the process. I've shown little snippets here and there in vlogs of me journaling, but the more journaling content that I watch and consume, the more I journal, the more that word starts to sound not real, but also the more I want to make YouTube videos and TikToks and everything in my life, my whole personality about journaling, because it is fresh on my mind of starting a new journal. Today I wanted to talk about how to start a new journal, or how I personally started mine, and then I want to give some little journal prompts, because honestly when I show you how many things I've got written down as journal prompts, ignore my little to-do list at the bottom, but I have 3 pages worth of journaling ideas, and I just think it would be so unfair to keep them to myself. So today I want to share some with you, and then if you enjoy the video, then I will definitely share even more. Let's get on to how to start a new journal, or at least how I did it. I used a few tips from obviously Pinterest, and there's a girl on TikTok, I forget her actual name, but her is livbrave2, and honestly her videos are so cool. For someone who actually got an A in GCSE art, I do wonder how I ever managed to get through all 5 years or 3 years, however it is long, of doing art, because I don't know where this like drawing ability, crafting ability is gone. I think, do you know what it is? I think I put a bit too much pressure on myself to have stuff perfect, and with this journal I'm really trying to not do that. Like I want to see the progress, if you know what I mean. That would be my first tip when starting. Don't have too much pressure on yourself about it being the perfect journal, like being the most artistic and colourful and aesthetically pleasing. No, just start it for fun and you'll get better and better over time. And don't buy like hundreds of pounds worth of things, supplies for it. Honestly, just use what you have and then slowly build up a collection over time. I currently use a lot of packaging and things like that. I'll actually show you, because I wanted to buy the ransom note sticker book thing for letters, but I just couldn't fathom spending that much money on just a sticker book of letters. And I thought, you know what, like the amount of packaging that we get through every day, cereal boxes, medicine boxes, any sort of food or like clothes packaging, tags, receipts, all this sort of stuff you could use. But anyway, before I get ahead of myself, let's actually dive into my journal. So the first page, because I was really struggling with how to start it, like I said, it was just such a nerve-wracking thing, and I do put a lot of pressure on myself, so I did kind of follow a lot of what people tend to do from what I've seen, which is writing a letter to future me and then sticking that on the inside cover, and then doing a little picture of myself, but I kind of covered that up so it's like a little peekaboo moment, so if anyone looks into it they don't see me straight away. Also the picture's a little bit like, looks a bit egotistical, but honestly it was because I was printing pictures for my boyfriend's photo album that I was making for him, and this was just one of the spares that didn't fit, so yeah, I just stole it for my journal. And then I've just got belongs to, started on, and then I've left obviously the finished on thing blank because I don't know when I'll finish yet. And then moving along, I've seen a lot of people do vision boards. Now I already made a vision board. I like making big vision boards on actual like what's it called, like mount board, so I actually didn't want to repeat myself and do another vision board in here because I've already got one. So instead I did some ins and outs, and this is kind of like an unfinished page because it's one of them that I think I can keep going. It's just like my general ins and outs for the year, and obviously it's only February at the moment, so I think I've still got plenty that I'll be able to put on as the year goes on. So I've kind of left myself a little bit of room as well for doing that. And then we move on to the next page, which again is one that I can carry on with throughout the year, and it's a 2025 bucket list. And like you can see, it's half full or half empty, depending whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. To me, it's half full, and I intend to fill it up as the year goes on. The only issue with this is I've not really left myself any room to tick it off, but what I thought would be a way to go around that would be highlighting the things that I have done. Oh dear, then this page. I like have a love-hate relationship with this page because I love the actual content, and I think that's what I kind of tend to be more about, like the actual content that's written in these pages and, you know, my thoughts and feelings at the time. But the actual layout and the way it looks just does not inspire me at all. I like the border that I did, and I like the little on repeat thing. This is such a good idea to do. I also like the idea of going onto your liked songs or saved songs, shuffling them, skipping through the first 10 and seeing what those first 10 songs are. I think I'm going to do that as another page. Yeah, any sort of musical pages, so good to do. Next up, I've got a wish list. I really like this page. I have like half a border going on because I didn't know if it looked better with a little washi tape border or not, so there's a bit of half of one. It's like a 50-50. It off 2 pages of things that are on my wish list, and my wish list is something that I have saved on my Amazon and on my Pinterest and on screenshots on my phone, and I just picked out the ones that I don't know, that are either the most recent, or a lot of them are to do with hobbies. Obviously a lot of them are materialistic as well, all sorts on there. We've got journaling supplies, this little teapot wax melt burner thing, which is just so cute and adorable, and they've actually sent me an offer for it on eBay. £9, and I'm like, do I not? Sticker books and things. I've got a bead loom, a better camera, this little salt and pepper shaker duo that I actually found in a charity shop, but only one, and one was a £5, and I just couldn't bring myself to buy it, and now I'm absolutely obsessed and hounding after a pair. And then next up, I've had to cover some of this up because some of it is personal information, but it's my little currently list. I saw this on Pinterest, I think, and it was, I wanted to put down like my recent or current favorites and things, but I just liked the way that they had done it here, and it was like listening to, watching, enjoying, excited by, and then there was just different ones, but I ended up adding some of my own, which was like hating, craving, hoping for, eating, working at, living at. So yeah, and I think I've still got room for like 1 or 2 more, but yeah, I just thought this was quite a cute idea to commemorate your current thoughts and feelings about stuff, so when you look back on this you'll be like, right, this was what I was doing or enjoying in February 2025. Next up is one that I actually didn't get any inspo from. I just kind of always love this question, but it's things that I would like to be remembered by, and it's just a couple of words basically describing the sort of person that I would like to be remembered by, and then it kind of like reminds me to be that person now. So I just got some random words that I would love to be remembered by and that I would love to be like. So kind, have great advice, feminist, advocate for what's right, stuff like fashion sense, smelling amazing, being supportive, being crafty. Next up, I've got my little Valentine's page. So this is my first like themed current topic memory collecting sort of page, because other than that I've pretty much been doing lists because I am obsessed with lists. I've got these Lisa Nola list books that are so amazing, and I filled out 3 of them already pretty much, and I honestly need more. I can't wait for the new one to drop in March. I had a lot of fun with this, but it was really tough to do like the layout and stuff of it. I had to rip it out and start it again, and that is like completely fine as well. Like, don't get yourself annoyed about having to do that, because it was actually really fun to do that and to like play about with it and stuff. But yeah, I just wrote about like what I did. I had a few pictures printed out of things, and then some little notes that my mum had left for me and a card. And yeah, next up we've got another different type of page, and that is ranking my top seasons of Love Island. Love Island is just one of them like comfort TV reality shows for me, especially the first few seasons. I just remember being obsessed with it when I first started watching it. So yeah, I thought I'd rank my top seasons. And I mean, the layout of the page is actually a bit, again, just a bit uninspiring, but I think I've got like a colour theme going on and like the vintage TVs, that bit of washi tape. I was like, I have to include this somewhere, it's so perfect. If you've watched Love Island, what's your favourite season of Love Island? Because if it's not season 5, then I don't think we can be friends. This is one of my favourite pages, but I do sometimes feel like it's still missing something. A little crafty, creative bucket list. Just printed off some pictures of things that I want to create and craft, for example, a beaded book cover, the tufted pasta rug. I've had my eye on doing that for so long. Some rhinestone art, just loads of random little bits. Cut them all out, and then I cut out some coloured bits of paper in just random little sizes around them as their little picture sort of backgrounds, and I just thought it looked really cute. It kind of looked like weird Instax minis, and then I just wrote down what it was. And next up is my first interactive page. Not like got inspiration from this one, I've not seen it anywhere. I just kind of thought of this because I love gifts. I love making videos about gifts, and I love buying gifts. It's just one of my favorite things ever. I wish I could have a full-time job in just buying gifts for people. I made a little, it kind of is meant to look like a little basket background, but then I made an actual present and a little bow, a little gift tag, and you can actually just pull this out with a little present box, and it's so cute. And I've just left a load of space at the bottom as well because I actually couldn't think of any more, but I know that I've got tons more, so I've got loads of space just for when more inspo comes to me. It's like that just remind me of them books. I don't know if you remember, I never actually had one, I don't think, but I remember them in the doctor's waiting room when we used to go for appointments. There was like a little library book section, and there was always the little interactive books where they would talk about snow, and it would be like a bit of felt and you could rub your finger on, or like, I don't know, rain, and it would be like bits of glitter and stuff. Next up is affirmations, a bit of a common theme, unfinished. I just cut out little hearts, and I completely forgot that there was a technique where you could like draw and then fold it, and then you could have like a perfect heart cut out. So they're all a bit clunky, but it's absolutely fine. That just describes me, to be honest. Yeah, affirmations or quotes that you love are a really good one to put in as well. I think they're really good. A nice reminder as you're flipping through your journal. Next up is a spread that I don't actually love that much, and hence why it's unfinished, because I actually didn't really know what to do with it. Basically, I just covered the background in washi tapes, like a day and night version, and then I picked like 2 colours of paper because I couldn't write over the washi tape, and I don't love it. I think I wish that I cut the paper out to be a different shape. Maybe I could still do that as a little border. And then I did current morning routine, and then I'm going to do current nighttime routine on the other side. I'll let it like slide it off everywhere as well. But yeah, I don't love it, but I just definitely wanted to list my current morning and evening routine, because like I said, it's so fun to look back on and be like, wow, this is so different to what I do now. Like when I flip through this in a few months time, maybe when it's finished. Lastly, this is one that I did last night, so it's my newest edition, and it's just a double page spread because I actually printed the pictures out a little bit too big. Neither of the topics have anything to do with one another. One is things that I consider to be self-care, and then the other one is jobs that I can see myself doing / dream jobs. And we've made it to the end of my actual journal. So many different prompts and ideas for journal pages. I would love to one day maybe make like a, you know, kind of like a wreck this journal or whatever it's called, and just fill it out with kind of prompts for people to do. I have no clue how to actually materialize that, so for now I'm just going to share half of my ideas on the internet instead. Okay, so one of the next journal pages that I want to do is outfit inspirations, and then also my favorite fits. So outfit inspiration, I want to do like a big spread of just some outfits that have been inspiring me recently, that I've seen maybe on Pinterest, maybe on TikToks, maybe it's certain creators that I want to include in that as well. And then I want to do the next spread after that, because I just don't think a page each will be enough. I want to do the next spread after that to be some actual outfits that I've been wearing that I enjoy. The only reason I haven't done this yet is because I don't take enough pictures of my outfits. It would just be really nice to kind of remind myself of the things I enjoy wearing in my journal. If I'm ever struggling for an outfit in the morning, I'll be like, right, let's turn to page 7 in my journal. And again, it's one of them things that's kind of like historical to look back on. Historical? That doesn't make sense, but like nostalgic. Like you'll look back at this in a year's time probably, and your style may have changed a little bit and you'll be like, wow, what the hell was I wearing? And then similarly, I really would love to make like a little kind of, you know how Cher has the little machine in Clueless where she can kind of pick her outfits, put her outfits together based on things she's got in a wardrobe. I would love to do a little mini version of that. I'd love to have a mini version of my wardrobe, like just maybe some current things that I love, and I would love to have like a little me on the other side of the spread and then be able to kind of dress her. Oh my god, I think that would just be so fucking cute and fun. So yeah, I would love to do something like that. The next prompt that I've got on here is my perfect day off, and this could look like many different things. This could be just like a list of you listing things that you would ideally love to do, or maybe like a start to finish day, like 7 a.m, wake up, you know, that sort of thing. Or maybe this could just be you writing about it. Maybe it could be a mood board. Any way that you want to do this, or maybe if you actually have a perfect day off and spend the day doing exactly what you want to do and take pictures at every point, maybe you could print that out and put it into the journal. I don't actually know how I would tackle this one. Probably a list, because I love a list, but maybe I would include a few little pictures and stuff. This is a very personal one, but if you like tattoos and piercings like me, I have got so many saved on my Pinterest, and I really just don't have the funds for it right now to be getting tattoos and things. So I really want to make a page just all about tattoos and a few piercings that I want to get as well, and just like explain why I want them, where I would have them. I think this would be really fun if you're good at drawing. I think maybe if you want a few hand tattoos, you could like trace your hand and then actually draw them on. I don't think I'll do that. I think I'm just gonna try and get picture like references as close as I can, and then maybe just write down how they would be a bit different. Maybe you could even make this like a little flip out sort of thing, so then underneath there's like space for you to put down when you actually get them done, and then you could have like a picture included, if that makes sense. So you could have like a little booklet and you could flip it out, and then it's like, oh, I got it done on this day and this is actually what it looks like. It's another listy one, but it's features that I want in my home, and I'm obsessed with this one because again, this is just another one of my Pinterest boards, and my journal really do be like the physical version of my Pinterest board. And you could list it, you could draw them, you could have a little spider diagram, you could print them out of just features that you want in your future home. Me, for example, I'd have things on there like stained glass windows and a crafty room and a big garden with my own herbs and fruits and veg and things. So yeah, I think it's just a really fun one, just to get your brain going a little bit and thinking about the future, but in like a really cozy, non-toxic sort of way. Like it can be as outlandish as you possibly want it to be. Then I've got things that have inspired me, so maybe little memories or people over time. And again, you could do this in so many different ways. You could have like a big writing session about it, or you could bullet point it and do a little list. We all know I love a list. Or you could get like physical images if it's been places that you've been to and people that you've met, experiences. Maybe you could dedicate one page to one whole experience. Lastly, this is one that I thought of literally today, and I was like, I need to do that ASAP. But have you ever seen those like online versus what arrives? You know, and someone orders something on a website and then it arrives and it looks a little bit different to what they ordered. So I was thinking of doing something like that, but like an online versus in real life, but technically it's not online. It's just like what you'd like your life to look like versus what it actually looks like. And I think this would be a really fun spread, because like on one side you'd have, this is what I wanted, my dream online version of it, and then you could have your IRL live here. And for some of you that might be really close to one another, but for someone like me I think this would just be a really funny one. I think it would be a nice way to like put salt in the wounds a little bit. If I look back on it in like a year's time and I have actually achieved some of those things, I'd be like, wow, I literally manifested that. So that was a little mini flip through on my starting point basically of my journal, and a few prompts which I hope that you enjoyed. Yeah, you'll have to let me know your journal prompts down in the comments below, and where you guys get your supplies from as well. If you're a UK babe, I would love to know where you get things like scrapbooking papers from, the best sort of stickers, pens, pencils, all that sort of good stuff. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you don't journal already, maybe get into it, because honestly it's been life-changing for me, and I will see you in the next one.